Hey everybody, it's me, Zach. This is Judy, and welcome back to our channel. Hey everybody, it's me, Zach, and I'm back from Georgia, and better than ever. Some of y'all probably didn't even know I was in Georgia, but I was in Georgia for a little bit. My friend was defending her dissertation for her PhD, because after we both went to graduate school to get our master's degrees, she went on to continue being smart and educated, and now I'm on the YouTubies. so here we are. I also surprisingly met two people in Athens, Georgia, who knew who I was, so shout out to my friend at the Raising Cane's in Athens, Georgia, and also Rennie, who is in like PhD classes with my friend that I was there to celebrate. Also, as a quick reminder, sometimes Judy is not here if she's like laying on the couch. She's here today, but today is your weekly reminder that sometimes Poe sits here and sometimes Judy sits here, and it's all just a matter of who is available and ready at the given time, or sometimes who's already in the chair. But anyways, this video is gonna have some timestamps because Amberlynn has posted two new videos since I was last here on the old YouTubies covering the things that Amberlynn does. So we're going to cover one of those videos by me giving a recap and sharing some clips of what I felt like were the most important things from that video. And then we'll do a reaction of the one that she uploaded on Sunday. I'll also give a brief little update about an Instagram situation type of deal, but like I said, there will be timestamps available in the description box below so you can skip around to whatever feels the most relevant to your needs. So let me start first with the Instagram update, and it's mostly just an update that she provided in terms of like content that can be expected in the upcoming vlogs we'll see probably a week or two from now. I've actually seen her post this same exact slide 2 different days, so I'm imagining that she's just posting it in the moment when she's getting ready to film these. So what she had to say on the old Instagram was, okay, new segment alert, send me a 30-second voice memo with a question, or if you need advice, or need clarification, or just want to say something, etc. I'll answer it on YouTube, but don't worry, I will not show your username or anything like that. It'll be anonymous, besides your voice. Again, if it is longer than 30 seconds, I won't use it. Can't wait to talk to some of you. Which is interesting. It's giving me vibes, actually, if you go somewhere way back, way back into her channel, maybe end of Destiny era, beginning Becky era, or maybe in between the two, she was doing Snapchat Q&As where like people could send her Snapchats and she would open up the video and show the video playing while she responded. I sent her some of those, and it's giving very much that from back in the day. I am curious overall, though, how this is helping with her mentals when, you know, she has said, I can't do Instagram Q&As because people ask me difficult questions, or she can't read the comments because people are being too mean. I mean, we're about to even just talk about the recap of the video that I'm not reacting to, and I think it's clear that she's like watching reaction channels, reading comments and all of that again, because we can't just like stick to things that are helpful. We got to go back to things that we know don't work time and time and time again. But, you know, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me that she thinks that this is gonna be like productive to her mentals or whoever, whatever. But I just wanted to let you know about that in case you get confused later when we're watching a vlog and it pops up. So in regards to the video we missed, the video we missed was called Explaining My Diet, Starting Therapy, and Exercising Scares Me bar vlog. And I watched this in the Atlanta airport while I was waiting for my very delayed flight yesterday. So I hope all of these thoughts make sense because I took a lot of notes and I'm gonna be reading them again now for the first time with you all here on camera, so get excited. Now, when she says this was a vlog, it's much like all of her recent vlogs, which is that it was mostly just her sitting down and talking, which is whoever, whatever, fine. But just so you know, the most I feel like she did that wasn't just her sitting somewhere and talking was her doing her spring cleaning book organization type of deal that we just saw her do not that long ago, where she said, I'm gonna arrange all of my books to be aesthetically pleasing. I want them all to to be in a rainbow color order. But now she has moved them to be in genre order, or like grouped by genre, because she realized that maybe function was more important than aesthetically pleasing. But in general, it was not that interesting, and we moved on to P.O. Box time, where lots of stuff did come up. I'm a little less concerned with like some of the things that she got in the P.O. Box, and more interested in her little mini rant she had about people who were spreading rumors about the things that she gets in her P.O. Box, and her little mini rant about reaction channels. It was all a little silly to me.
There's rumors out here that people think that I'm actually sending this stuff to myself. Not everyone hates me, and for certain people, like reaction channels, to say that I'm actually sending this to myself, it's because your community dislikes me. Your community thinks I'm a liar. Your community doesn't think that I have people who love and support me. Y'all just reach. This is a fun opportunity. It's great for my channel. I love actually getting letters from people. I'm actually about to read one. And this is just, it's just fun, you guys. Not everything has to be turned into like a conspiracy, or like Amberlynn is lying or betraying. It just, people want to take the fun out of everything and the joy out of everything that I show. And it's just like, it's a lot. So just calm down. I understand you have to make drama for your channel because you're boring and you can't create your own content. You know who I'm talking about. Anyways, let's get on to this package.
So the primary rumor that she addressed, she says, is being perpetuated by reaction channels. Not me, maybe potentially other reaction channels, but I don't think I've ever speculated that she was sending them to herself. I did speculate, I think in one video, that she was getting maybe just like random samples, i.e. maybe the incontinence pads were some samples, and maybe like the protein powder was a sample. But I don't think I ever assumed that she was like fake sending them to herself, mostly because a lot of the things don't actually seem like things that Amberlynn would enjoy and buy for herself. And two, like, she's never, you know, shied away from buying things for herself and showing it on camera in the past. So I don't know why she would really need an excuse to do that. I really do honestly believe people are choosing to send her things for whatever reason. Like I've said, couldn't be me, but like, live your truth. You can spend your hard-earned money any way you want. And if that's on Amberlynn Reid, go for it. But instead, she chose to blame a lot of this stuff on reaction channels and spent a good chunk of time talking about the ways that reaction channels are awful. And I guess really the point I want to make is that she talks a lot about how reaction channels, and maybe just people who watch her channel in general, are trying to ruin her fun and ruin the things that she finds joy in. And it's something that I just don't really understand, because like, if I'm gonna like something, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna keep doing it regardless of like what other people think about. Like, I think that's something you learn as a person much earlier in life than your 30s, but you know, maybe some people are still working on that. I personally learned that lesson a long time ago. Like, I think that is something that's relatable. I think, you know, when we're young, when we're like high school, maybe even college, sometimes we feel pressured into doing things or not doing things because of the way other people make us feel about it. But for me personally, at 34 years old, I'm not letting somebody else steal my joy like that. And moreover, I just think that like, if you know, right, if you're Amberlynn and you know that you didn't send those things to yourself, then why does it matter? Who cares what Joe Schmo on Joe Schmo Reaction Channel has to say if you know for a fact that you didn't send them to yourself? It feels a little over defensive, but also it just feels like, you know, par for the course for Amberlynn. She tends to like defend herself against all these little tiny criticisms that she gets from people, or like these silly rumors that, you know, she knows at the end of the day whether or not that is or is not true. So if you know it's true or not true, then like respond accordingly. I just like, as a piece of advice to Amberlynn, since she seems to be watching reaction channels these days, it's just like, don't address the stuff that's not serving you. Like, how helpful is that? And then what is really funny is I typed that note in my notes whenever I was watching the video, and then I unpaused the video, and she immediately opened up this coloring book with all these like Pinteresty types of quotes on it. There was one that was just perfect for what I was trying to say.
As long as you know who you are and what makes you happy, it doesn't matter how others see you.
She ends up getting this weird pair of what she describes as egg carton shoes sent to her through Amazon. And what I find so interesting is that she has no problem trying on these shoes on camera, but couldn't try on the Shoes for Cruise looking ass shoes or the Torrid shoes that she just recently bought as a part of a Torrid haul.
I have packaging stuff all over my dress.
And of course, we have to let everybody know that Amberlynn looks the same as she always looks, okay?
You guys, low-key, damn, my hair is a mess today.
So then she starts talking about her exercise, and this is where the exercise portion of the video comes in. She says some things about how people assume if she's not showing it, that means she's not doing it.
So I obviously do not talk about everything in my life. A lot of people assume if I'm not showing something, then I'm not doing something. Not how it works.
And again, she's welcome to show whatever she wants on her channel, obviously. It's her channel, her YouTube career, and she will either elevate it, escalate it, continue to propel it into future years, or she'll crash and burn, just posting the same boring stuff over and over and over again. But what I hope she'll understand is that when she's not showing anything, okay, she's showing nothing, and particularly related to things about her weight loss, her diet, exercise, whatever it might be, that the assumption that people make about that and that she's quit something or that she's not doing something comes from Amberlynn's own history of doing things. Like, for instance, think about probably almost any time that she's done like Weight Watchers, for example, and how as soon as she stopped talking about it, people were like, oh, she must not be doing it anymore because we're not talking about it, right? Or like, I mean, even more recently, maybe Ozempic, right? Like, she was talking about it. All of a sudden, she stopped talking about it, and then months later was like, oh yeah, I had to quit doing that. So there's this history where we know that Amberlynn is probably not doing something because she isn't talking about it. And that's not to say that there probably aren't exceptions to that or whatever or whoever. I'm just saying, like, the reason people tend to think that way when it comes to Amberlynn specifically is because that's her history on her channel. And I do have to say, lots of people probably would actually enjoy more footage of what her workouts look like and would like to see her moving around more. But, you know, in true Amberlynn fashion, she just tells us about it by showing us some pieces of paper.
So what I do is I write down what I'm going to do, how many times I'm going to do it on a piece of paper. I like things that are more obtainable, that I could physically see, mark off. Sorry for the sloppy handwriting, but I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like. Super simple, and this is just easiest for me because I like visualizing. Alrighty, so here it is. Here is how I did. W stand for whole and S's stand for separate.
So yeah, because she wrote it on a piece of paper, it totally happened. It definitely happened, and y'all should be happy. Y'all peasants watching her channel should just be happy that she's giving you anything. And she does also mention that part of the reason she doesn't show or talk about her exercising more often is because it's something that gives her anxiety. She connects the elevated heart rate that she gets from working out with the elevated heart rate that she gets while she has anxiety, and it just is an issue for her. We also get some weight loss surgery updates, and of course there are some things that she's just not going to talk about right now, but are happening, but she'll probably talk about it in the future. And when she says she'll talk about it in the future, what she really means is she's not going to talk about it in the future.
There are some things that I do not want to talk about right now, which I will talk about eventually. But right now, I just feel like to protect myself, my mental, and my privacy, I am not going to get into it.
And honestly, bestie, like, let's just not talk about it then, because at this point, what's the fucking point? Like, how does it help me to know? It doesn't. And all of the things you're about to say would still come across the same to me as somebody who doesn't know whatever this vague thing you're talking about is. And I'd still understand everything you're about to say, you know? So, like, why include it at all? She finds out that she needs to do 12 sessions with a psychologist or therapist in order to move forward with weight loss surgery. And honestly, yeah, I don't understand why she hasn't continued seeing a therapist since she left the one from the outpatient program. I don't understand why we didn't pick back up with therapy, because Amberlynn is obviously somebody who would benefit from therapy like many of us do. And she does a lot of discussion about like, oh, I can do this however quickly or slowly I want to, but I'll probably try to do it quicker because I want weight loss surgery.
So depending on how this session goes is going to be a deciding factor for me if I want to do 2 a week or if I want to do just 1 a week or how I want to do it. Obviously, I feel like I don't want to be too extreme and do it twice a week, but we'll see. I definitely don't want to do it every other week because obviously I want the weight loss surgery like sooner the better. So I can either get this done in a month and a half or 3 months. And to me, either one of those options is actually really good.
And while I understand where she's coming from, it also just feels like true Amberlynn fashion of like, I just want to rush everything. I want to get it done real quick just so I can meet the requirements. And I don't know, I think with therapy, if you want it to be helpful or successful, you have to take some time with it. And obviously there are people who do go twice a week because they need to go twice a week. And if she needs to go twice a week, I support her in that. But I feel weird if the motivation is like, I'm gonna go twice a week because I want to get it done quicker. Like, I think you're missing the point just a little bit, bestie. She also shares why she's not showing her food on camera these days, and it mostly comes down to, it was your fault! You, the viewer, you have made it so she doesn't want to share her food on camera anymore.
And it's because people judge. It's like so harsh. And it's like, this is a moment for me where I just feel like the judgment is like, it makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong, even though I know what I'm doing is right.
And again, I would like to remind you of what your coloring book said.
As long as you know who you are and what makes you happy, it doesn't matter how others see you.
And again, people were coming for her.
People were like, coming for me, and I'm like, this is 2 eggs, which I'm allowed to have. It's 2 eggs, but people were saying how it looks like it's 5 eggs. I'm like, I couldn't even stomach 5 eggs.
But allegedly, she's not reading comments, she's not doing Instagram Q&As, she's not watching reaction channels, so I don't know where she's getting this idea that people are coming for her. Oh, it's probably what it really is. It's probably the case that she is actually reading comments again, and just because she's not telling us about it on camera doesn't mean that she's not doing it. It's kind of like the exercise bit. But yeah, it basically all just comes back to, it's our fault as the viewer for not letting her film the videos she wants to film. We are making it not fun for her. She also has this epiphany that you can't compare yourselves to other people in other programs.
Focus on you. Like, stop comparing. Every program for weight loss surgery is different, and I've learned that the hard way. But I've also learned that the good way. Is that a saying? Probably not. Because I feel like what is happening for me is happening for a reason. And it's just like, worry about you. Worry about what you're eating.
Yes, focus on you and stop comparing yourself to other people. Unless you're Amberlynn Reed and you want to compare yourself to people on My 600 Pound Life or the people that are in your DMs.
When I watch 600 Pound Life and they show what they're eating, I've never ate that much in one sitting. And they see Dr. Now. A lot of them, which are my favorite stories, they're successful and they lose the weight, and in like 2 months, 3 months, they get the surgery. I've never in my life ate that much in one sitting. That's why I feel like the show exaggerates. But if they're not exaggerating, fine. I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend anybody. It's just confusing, and I find this part of my journey unfair. I've had a lot of people tell me that I should like see if I can get weight loss surgery with a different program, because some of you were like, actually, I'm not even going to say some of you, a lot of you are in my DMs telling me that this is like the strangest thing they've ever heard, because like weight loss surgery is supposed to help with binge eating.
But in all seriousness, I would also love for her to just worry about her. I think that would make her life 100 times better, to be honest with you. She also shares that she does better when she doesn't share about her weight loss on YouTubies. And wow, I agree. I've actually been saying that forever. Like, at this point, I'm sure y'all are sick of me saying it because I say it almost all the time. So in summary, I don't need to see her food or her weight stuff, to be honest with you. I don't need to see any of it. I would literally love to be watching her do just about anything else. But I do think there are a lot of people who do want to see that content because that's what they clicked on Amberlynn's channel for, and that's what they subscribed for, and that's what they continue to follow her for. And so when she's inconsistent with those things, you know, what are people who watch her supposed to do? Just be okay with watching some Lego content? Like, there's a disconnect there from what people subscribe for and what Amberlynn is currently giving them. And granted, that doesn't speak for everybody, because I will obviously take whatever Amberlynn content we get, but I'm just explaining where probably a vast majority of people are coming from. And she does do a question of the day at the end, but it was boring, so we're not going to cover it. And yeah, wow, that recap summary took a lot longer than I was anticipating. I will say that video overall was 27 minutes long, and I really did just try to whittle it down to like what the most important things were. So thanks for your patience with that. And hopefully if you weren't interested in that recap, then you already skipped ahead to today's reaction. Which, speaking of today's reaction, the title of today's video is Change in Surgery Timeline? Going back to school. Sorry, this is my first time reading it. And being interviewed by you, which I guess is the Instagram thing I already shared earlier. We get no bars and nothing in the title to suggest that this is a vlog. So I guess maybe it's not a vlog. I don't know what to do since she didn't tell me. So this video is just nearly 20 minutes long. So we better get to because this is gonna be a long video for y'all.
Hey guys,
hey.
Welcome to a new video. So I was going to vlog today, but
it's March 24th? Wait, we've caught up that much? It's March 24th, 2023. Sorry that I stumbled over my words. Wow, we have caught up. And also, shout out to the date randomly being added again.
But some things came up, and then I realized I just have a lot of really talking to do. I have updates and things like that, and
I'm shook that she's like, I would normally just do a vlog, but I have so much talking to do. What would you call your vlogs lately, bestie? Is that not what your vlogs have been? It's just you talking?
Like a little segment that I wanted to start, like, in my vlogs. I don't know. I just thought it could be fun. So the first thing I want to do is I went onto my Instagram and I said, send me a question, send me a statement, send me something you want me to clarify. It could be anything, but send it to me in a voice memo.
I might edit that part of my video out now. No, I'll probably just leave it in there because it's already there. But like, not expecting her to already cover this since it literally just happened last week. But wow, we are catching up in the timeline.
And I will play it, but it has to be 30 seconds or shorter so I don't bore anyone and so it's not like too long or anything.
Love Amberlynn worried about boring people. Good self-awareness there.
I have gotten quite a few messages, not gonna lie. I have not listened to any of them.
All right.
I will not be showing usernames or anything like that.
Stunning.
But I figured we could start with that.
Let's go.
I'm kind of excited to do it. So I'm just gonna like choose a few and like just see what happens.
Let's go.
Long time ago. I'm talking maybe like 7 years ago. I used to do Snapchat Q&A.
Yes!
Where I would have you
the way she's just repeating all the stuff I already said earlier. I could have saved so much time in this video.
Guys send me video form, like a question, and I would like show you guys on camera and stuff. So it kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah.
It's like old school in a way.
Hey Amberlynn, it's Maggie. So
She couldn't use me. She couldn't use an old clip of me.
He said you were a good singer. Why don't you sing Malibu by Miley Cyrus for us?
Ooh.
Actually give it your best shot.
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Hey girl, I just saw your story post about sending you voice memos instead of written questions. So here's my question. Are there any Lego sets or Lego adjacent sets that you have your eye on that you're looking forward to getting soon? Also, love you. Okay, hope this is under 30 seconds. Okay, bye.
Yes, it was under 30 seconds. So there are some Legos that I'm interested in. The one
We can't even get anything juicy. You said I have 30 seconds to ask Amberlynn something, and I'm gonna go for Legos? Give me the juice.
one that I want, like, really, really bad is almost $900. It is a Star Wars Lego. I kind of separate, you know, the actual franchise with the Lego because I just like the Lego.
Of course.
I don't really know. It's like a Falcon moment. I don't know. I'll put it right here.
Please stop. Please stop immediately. Please stop immediately.
This is what it looks like.
It's a Falcon moment. Get out of here.
And thank you so much for the question. All right, so let's choose another one. So far, so good. Like, I'm kind of nervous. Like, what's gonna pop up?
Just push play.
Hi, Amber. I was just wondering, how long were you and your girlfriend dating before you decided to move in together?
Let's see if she decides. Every time things come up about Feline, wifey, whoever, whatever, people are always like, will she remember to lie correctly? Are we talking about Alex, Jade, wifey, Feline? Who are we talking about? It's all the same one, and we all know that, okay? we all know that.
How long were we dating before we decided to move in together? I think it was like... Oh my god, I'm so bad with timelines. It was like a couple months.
I'm so bad with timelines as code for I don't remember which lie I'm supposed to remember to tell. So let me just say that as a preface in case some of y'all come back and be like, you're a lie.
Wait, this is low-key kind of fun.
Hey, Amber. Okay, so what is the one video in your entire YouTube career you absolutely regret posting? I'm super curious because I have a lot of old Facebook, old Instagram photos I regret posting and Tumblr posts, so quite curious. Thanks. Bye.
I love when she does this a lot in the past videos whenever she's like reacted to a reaction channel or whoever, whatever, but when she's listening to something and she goes, like she's not even finishing. You can tell she's not even finishing listening to the question, comment, concern, whoever, whatever, because she's already formulated the response she wants to give in her head. I love it. I love it. Obsessed.
Thank you so much for the question, and that is honestly totally relatable because I have a lot of Facebook posts from like when I was like young, like 20, 21, where I no longer think that way, feel that way, am that way, so I totally get that. But I think the biggest one that I regret posting video-wise is without a doubt me sharing a past relationship that I was in. Okay, so we're gonna do one more. This might have to be like a segment that I keep because this is low-key fun. So
let's not keep it. let's not keep it. This is no different than question of the day. No different than the hours and hours and hours of Instagram Q&As you used to do. I love how she's like, it's a new segment and I gotta start doing it and keep doing it because it's so fun, as though it's different than all of those things. It's only different in that you can hear their voices. Like, let's be fucking serious.
You guys have to let me know if you like it. I do get a little nervous though because it's like, oh my god, what are they gonna say?
Hi, so first of all, my English is not that great because I'm from Germany, but I wanted to ask
Your language. What is a language? Your language actually
Tell me more about your own language, Amberlynn.
sounds really good.
Your mom supports you with your weight loss surgery journey and what she thinks about that.
My mom does support me with my weight loss surgery journey. She does want to see me succeed. So that was honestly really fun. I enjoyed that. I could make a whole video. I could probably sit here and do this for hours. So the next thing I want to talk...
Please don't. Please don't.
I know you guys hate when I talk about books. There are a portion of you who do like to read, and there's a portion of you who don't. So I try to keep these really, really quickly and fast. Like, okay.
It's not even a matter of if I like to read or not. It's really not. And I would probably guess most people agree with me that it's not about whether or not you're an avid reader yourself or not. It would be so interesting to hear her talk about books if she was, like, actually good at talking about them, actually good at explaining why they're great. But it's always the same. Every review is the same. Like, I liked it. It had a lot of twists. I love a twist. I'm a twist girly. Twists are my thing. Like, it had a really big twist, and I loved it. Like, that's an Amberlynn Reid book review right there in a nutshell.
Tender as the Flesh is hard to read. It's disgusting. Honestly, it's gross.
Okay, long story short, the book I've been waiting to hear her review on, she can't finish it. It's too gross, which is honestly what a lot of people in my comment section predicted. There you go, and she's gonna read a new book.
Okay, so next update is people always ask, like, are you going to go back to college? Like, if you did go back to college, like, what would you do, etc., etc. So, if you guys don't know, I actually did go to college.
I did know that.
A year. So, let me explain.
It's true. She studied criminal justice, I think at, like, the University of Phoenix or something like that. It might not have been University of Phoenix. I might be making that part up. And she often brags about her, like, I don't know, GPA or something that she had. It's been so long, and I don't remember every detail these days. All that I know is that she didn't finish and spent a lot of money doing it.
I initially went to college because I wanted to be a teacher. It's something I wanted to do a lot.
If you went to college because you wanted to be a teacher, why'd you study criminal justice?
Like, especially when I was younger. So when I ended up going there and saying, like, you know, I want to be a teacher, they kind of talked me into, I feel like it was massive manipulation now that I'm, like, older and, like, looking into it, like, understanding the time, but they manipulated me into doing criminal justice. They made it seem like I would be really good for that because, like, I was in foster care, so, like, I understand some of the, like, ins and outs of that and stuff. And
again, also, just to be clear, I have a massive background history in education. My undergraduate degree is in elementary education. My master's degree is in higher education and student affairs, which is essentially studying all of, like, the student development and learning and things like that happen outside of the classroom at a college campus, right? And for a long time, I worked in residence life. So if you ever lived in a dorm, that was my job. And my most recent job that I had in higher education was doing accommodations for students with disabilities. I never worked in, like, admissions or academic advising or things like that. But I know enough about how those offices work because I've worked with those offices in the past to know that any good school is not going to push you into a major that you don't want to do because the end goal is for people to graduate. Right? Like as much as you think that colleges want your money, which, like, to some extent they do need your tuition and things like that, it also does not serve colleges to have people who are perpetually in classes or failing classes at that. Because also, if you fail your classes, you can't keep coming back to school and paying tuition, right? So, like, it doesn't serve me to push you into a major you don't like or you're not interested in. My potential maybe questions about, like, maybe why that could have happened is if it was, like, a for-profit school that only really had, like, certain programs or things like that, and maybe they didn't really have an education program for her, so they're like, hey, just do this. But I don't really know. But either way, none of it really makes a lot of sense to me that a college would manipulate her into studying criminal justice instead.
And just, like, who I am as a person, they made me believe that, like, criminal justice was, like, the right answer for me. I don't know why. So
It also just speaks to, like, I don't know, who Amberlynn is as a concept. You know, like, any bad decision she ever made is always somebody else's manipulation or fault. Like, it couldn't possibly be because that's, like, what she wanted to do. You know, it couldn't possibly be that, like, even if somebody had suggested it to her, that she couldn't have said no because it's not what she really wanted to do with her life.
I was majoring in criminal justice, and it was a year into college. I ended up having to move across country, and I think it was, like, super hard for me because, like, as much as criminal justice wasn't my passion, I loved college. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was so fun. Like, I put my mind to it, I set goals, and I did the damn thing. And I had all A's. I got 1 B, and I felt like I got an F. Like, I really, really was, like, on top of things. I just loved learning, and I loved my classes.
I love my 4.0 GPA, 3.98 GPA, Amberlynn Reed. Yes, let's go.
And one of my classes was actually psychology, and I had never felt such, like, passion. It was my favorite class. I loved every second of it. I did not want it to end, and unfortunately it did. But yeah, I ended up moving across country, and
I'm also so intrigued by that as a concept because also, again, I've worked in many colleges and experienced college myself twice. And for a first-year student, the most they're going to get from a psychology course is, like, Psych 101, which is, like, the absolute basics. And that's not to say that you couldn't be passionate about it or, like, interested in it after taking it, but, like, it's not like she was studying some, like, deep psychological, like, analysis or, like, theories or things like that. It was most likely, like, the most basic of classes.
I stopped going to school because of that, because they did not have the college that I was going to, and they did not have criminal justice near me. But it didn't matter to me because I realized that criminal justice, A, was not my passion. And
Wait. She said they didn't have the college I needed near me, nor criminal justice. Do you understand how many universities in the world have criminal justice programs? Like, so many do. And you could have transferred those credits and things like that. Now, granted, I don't necessarily fault her for that, especially if she's, like, a first-gen student. She might not understand that other colleges can, like, take your previous college credit or things like that. But, like, just because the same exact university wasn't wherever you were doesn't mean you couldn't have continued your education. I went to 2 different undergrads as a student. I did 1 semester at Drake University, didn't like it, transferred those credits, and went to SIUE, which is where I ended up graduating from, Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville.
I just did not want to continue down a path of, like, major college debt.
Sure.
It was not my passion.
That's also reasonable.
So I decided that if I was going to
is.
go back to school, it was going to be for something different. Then I slowly started to realize maybe college isn't for me. So I ended up never going back to school.
I feel that. I do want to say, as much as, like, I'm a proponent of higher education because, like, I've studied it and I've worked in it, like, I understand it's not for everybody, just to be clear.
Say in the last, like, few years, I guess, I massively have been thinking more about, like, if I was to go back to school, what would it be for and what would I do? Without a doubt, 100% psychology. That topic, to me, learning it doesn't even feel like school. It doesn't feel like a chore. It feels like fun. Like, I love...
You took 1 class, bestie. I'm not saying that you couldn't possibly enjoy it in the future, but you took a class, a probably entry-level Psych 101 course. Okay, how can you even say that? How can you even say that?
Psychology, it is so interesting to me, and that's how I know that, like, I'm passionate about it. And so I actually, just a few days ago, started a class online, or a course, a course, same thing. And it has been a lot of fun so far. I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
A course through what? Through where? There is no university that's starting a semester in mid-spring semester. Literally just last week, most schools were going on spring break. Where are these classes through? Is it through an accredited institution?
It obviously does cost money, but it's not going to put me, it's not going to cost $30,000. So you do get a diploma, certificate after.
I need to know what Looney Tune University she's going to. That she's gonna get a diploma for doing some kind of online psychology course. Like what? Please tell me more. I mean, obviously you can take classes in all kinds of things on the internet. There's things like Skillshare and whatever that people do all the time. But I guess my point is, what is she going to do with this information, I guess? Even if you get a little diploma from the Skillshare or something similar to that, what exactly are you going to use that information for? How is that going to be helpful to you? Outside of just, listen, I will say, as somebody who also works in education, I know that we're often, because we live in a capitalist society, we're often I gotta be able to get a job with this degree, whatever. And there is just the joy of learning, and I do love that and support her for that. I guess I'm just, in general, have way more questions. I have so many more questions.
You complete this class and you pass it or whatever. So I'm enjoying this so far, so that is something I wanted to update you guys on.
Oh, well, thank you.
I just feel like I want to be more productive with my time. And I want to do something that could possibly, put me in a better spot in the future, because I just feel like I need to learn more. I need my brain to be in motion, because I feel like it's just mush.
I need my brain to be emotion? Maybe you do need these psychology courses. What does that mean? What does I need my brain to be emotion mean?
All I ever do is just YouTube, and I feel like I just need to put my time and energy also into other things that could be good for me. So yeah,
sure.
That is a little update for you guys. So I'm really excited. I've already learned some things. And
listen, if it leads to you doing anything that's remotely more interesting than what we're currently doing on your channel, then work. I support it.
I've been able to see some of the things I've learned within myself, or people around me, or situations in my life. And that is also what the professor said is when you learn, and the things that you're going to learn, you're very much instantly going to see those things all around you. And it's been interesting, because I've been able to learn a little bit more about myself, and parts of it feels like therapy, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, well, first of all, psychology courses, or any psychology course worth its weight, is not gonna be a therapy, or any form of therapy. Okay? No psychology course worth its weight is gonna be this is a replacement for therapy, because it's certainly not. Second of all, I guess it maybe would be more helpful if you could give me some of these examples of what you're learning and what you see in your real life, because the way it's coming across is that she sounds she's making it sound in this psychology course, she's learning about mental health, mental illnesses, and things like that. But so many psychology courses, especially entry-level ones at colleges at least, cover the most basic concepts about what psychology is, where the field of psychology came from. And psychology encompasses more than just the people who go on to be therapists and mental health experts, right? Some people who study psychology are just studying how people behave, how people act. That's why a lot of the early psychologists were studying things like Pavlov's dog and stuff like that, the way that we react to specific stimuli and the way our brains work, right? So it's not all just people who are studying, mental health related things. And I guess that's why I would like to have a better understanding specifically of what it is you're learning and seeing happen in your life right now. But of course, this is Amberlynn, so anything that would actually be of interest from this, she's not going to tell us about.
Because it really just dives deep into like situations, and this professor makes it to where like
what kind of situations? Like what kind of situations does it dive deep into? Give me an example or something.
He wants you to like think about yourself a lot of the time and just like the world around you and like the experiences you've been through, etc., etc. So yeah, I've been enjoying that, so I just wanted to give you guys that little update. So obviously in every video I want to have a P.O. box moment, so here it is.
Oh, I thought we were maybe gonna get away from that today since this wasn't a vlog, but here we are. It really is just a vlog. She really could have given us the bar and vlog.
Alrighty, so we have an Amazon box here. Do we have a letter? Yes.
We just got a letter.
From Aliana. I hope I pronounced her name right. And she sent me...
See, now this is my question. This looks like seasoning, but is this food? Didn't she say don't send me food? But I guess seasoning is okay.
Montreal steak seasoning. So random, but I love the random. I do want to request, don't send me food items.
Okay.
And I mean that in like the nicest way possible.
There we go. And I agree. And I agree for the record.
I appreciate everything sent to me, but I don't want anything like food related, drink related, even if it is seasoning or fiber or protein, like anything. I don't want anything food related because
I do find it interesting though that she didn't say that when she got the supplements or the weight loss, or not weight loss, it wasn't weight loss anything, the protein powder.
Next is also an Amazon package here. Alrighty, it is a book. Is there a letter?
A book, and it says, Return of the Spirit of the Bronze Age, Purification of the World, National Nudism. What?
This book is called Bronze Age Mindset by Bronze Age Pervert. Okay, I love that.
By Bronze Age Pervert? I feel like somebody is setting our girl up. Somebody is setting our girl up. What? Bronze Age Pervert is the name of the author?
So, it's a book about nudism. Thank you for the gift. Okay, so we have one more box, and it is from Amazon. Okay, so it is 2 books, and there is a letter, and it's from Jen. Thank you so much. She sent me The Body Keeps the Score, Brain, Mind, and Body in the Healing of Trauma by Bessel van der Kolk, MD.
I do find it so funny that people are sending all these books. Like, she is not going to read any of these because I'm getting the sense that none of these books, at least recently, have been, like, young adult books about, like, relationship violence or things like that. And that seems to be all she wants to read right now.
And the other book she sent is Weight Loss Surgery Does Not Treat Food Addiction by Connie Stapleton.
Y'all are really fucking playing. Y'all are really fucking playing with her right now. Y'all. Also, Connie Stapleton, that's the name of the therapist that Dr. Proctor uses with the 1,000 Pound Besties, and even did also meet with Tammy during this past season as well, and previous seasons.
So thank you so much for the books. All right, so the main part of this video and what I'm really excited to share with you guys is I have a massive weight loss surgery update.
Let's fucking go, bestie. Let's go.
So I had my dietitian appointment. It was just a few days ago. I have one once a month for now. And it's just to see how I'm doing, talk to me about my progress, what more needs to be done, etc., etc. And this appointment, I'm going to be honest, guys. I know you guys hate when I say this, but there is some things that are currently happening, like...
No, absolutely the fuck not. How are you going to be so excited to give me a weight loss update and then be like, well, during this appointment, there are some things that are happening behind the scenes, and some people are saying some things and doing some things, and there are things that are happening, and those things are not going to be things that I'm going to talk about right now, and I might talk about these things at a later time, but I'm not going to talk about them right now. Just don't say it! Just don't say it! Say what you are going to talk about. Talk about the things you're going to talk about and let it be.
Within everything that I don't feel comfortable talking about right now. So there is pieces of my journey and my story missing that you guys are not hearing about.
That's fine.
I will
That's
tell
fine.
you, I promise. I'm just not telling you yet.
That's fine. You don't have to. You don't have to, and you don't have to tell me right now that you're not telling me. I don't care. Just tell me what you can tell me.
And the reason why I feel like I need to say that is because I don't want to feel like I'm lying to you guys.
You're not lying unless you're lying. Are you lying? Like, are you lying?
Because I wanted to be so transparent in my whole journey with this, but I just feel like there are certain parts that I want to keep private now because it's going to help me. And that is my goal here.
I just feel like it's more suspicious that you come on here and say there are so many things that are happening that I'm not going to talk about or I can't talk about than it would be if you just didn't say anything and I found out about it later. Honestly, truly. Like, if you're not lying, then why would you feel like you're lying? You know, that kind of situation. And it's not like it's not like you've not already overshared things that have really pointed out that you're lying. Like the things with like where your weight loss surgeon is located and things like that. Like, maybe perhaps from the beginning you should have just not said stuff. Like, I don't understand. I didn't need to know where your weight loss surgeon was or wasn't located, you know, and then you got caught up in that lie. So like, just don't say anything and it'll probably be fine. But I don't need the constant disclaimer that there's something happening that you can't talk about.
Is to help me, and I want to improve. I want to better myself, whether that be physically or mentally. And I shouldn't have to explain myself, but I just wanted to let you guys know that there is parts of the story missing, and I'm trying my hardest to be as transparent as I can and to let you guys know as much as I can, okay? So my dietitian said that everything I'm doing is exactly right so far, and that I'm doing really good, and I'm making progress where I can.
Okay.
And something she said actually made me feel better and validated. She said the exact quote she said was, "What we expect from you and from all patients is imperfection. We do not expect perfection because we know that you aren't just going to be perfect. You're going to have slip-ups. You're going to have mistakes."
Sure.
And that just made me feel so validated because, you know, I was super honest with her because I've had major setbacks recently. I have had slip-ups, and there was a moment where I felt like...
Super honest with her, like you were super honest about the binge eating disorder diagnosis and things like that? Like, is that the level of honesty we're talking about?
You know, maybe I wasn't going to get weight loss surgery. And obviously that moment passed really quickly, and it's not something I vocalized. But like I said, there's missing parts of the story that I will fill in for you guys in the future. I'm just not ready right now. So it just, I don't know. It just made me feel like a big weight was off my shoulder because obviously, you know, I'm telling her like it is. Like, I was like, you know what? I wasn't on track for a little bit, and I'm back on track, and, you know, she understands that. And
which also, like, she's so concerned about being upfront and honest with us about this situation, this deal that she's going through, that she's, like, afraid to tell us or not tell us that there's something happening that she doesn't want to talk about. But, like, this is the first we're hearing about her having any slip-ups, you know? Like, this is the first that we're hearing about her having slip-ups with the way she ate, you know? So it's like, what parts are important to bring up and not be dishonest with us about, and what parts are important to say, like, hey, something's happening that I'm not talking about, you know? Like, that's the level of, like, why none of this makes a lick of sense to me.
We don't expect you to be perfect, and I don't know, it just made me feel really...
In fact, actually, the perfection thing is probably why she feels okay now saying, like, I made slip-ups that I didn't tell you about previously, is because now she's got the A-okay for it. Now a professional is telling her, like, hey, it's okay to make mistakes, which it is, just for the record. But I'm saying the only reason that she's bringing it up now is because she received that validation that she wanted.
Validated. So, but the really good news, honestly... In my opinion, this is amazing news because, as you guys know, I was told that I was going to have to wait a year for possible surgery. And
well, by this point, it's less than a year. Let's be honest. You got that news like a month or two ago at this point.
Scary for me. And my dietitian had the appointment with the surgeon and all that type of deal. They've changed their minds. And that... God, God. I got kind of emotional. They have changed their minds because, like I said, there is bigger things happening that I can't discuss, and I feel like I keep saying that, and I know a lot of people are going to be frustrated with me, but just...
I'm going to throw something. I'm so close to breaking something, but I love all my stuff too much to break any of it, but that's like mentally where my mentals are at, okay? This is driving me nuts.
Please be patient. I promise everything.
Just tell me or don't.
Eventually.
The only reason I feel like I can't be patient about this right now, Amberlynn, is because you keep saying there's more to the story. I don't care. Tell me why you got this decision reversed or not. Like, I don't care.
Understand that what I'm telling you now is because I do want to share this journey, but what I'm holding back is because it's for my well-being, okay? So, the new goal is they want me to show progress 3 to 4 months from now. Just for 3 to 4 months. They just want to see progress. And I'm glad they came up with that decision because waiting a whole year is a long time, not gonna lie. And my appointment with the surgeon is coming up, and that's just gonna be more him telling me more, like what he wants from me. I'm hoping he'll give me some weight loss goals, and things like that. I'm just looking for more like...
Do you not already have weight loss goals if they are asking you to just make progress? Is that not a goal already? I'm confused. Like, what does the progress look like then if it's not a weight loss goal or something like that you already have? And also, didn't you already say that your weight loss surgeon had the goal of you just needed to lose a pound every time? Like, this is the shit that doesn't add up. I will do the math, and the math will be correct since I know you're concerned about me not using the right math or whatever. But, like, he's already given you that. Allegedly, based on what you've told us. Also, I do also, since I've used the pronoun he 12 times now, and she's used the pronoun he 12 times now, just as a note, she originally referred to her weight loss surgeon as a woman, just so we're all on the same page there, too. It's just like, this is why. She's like, I don't understand why people think I'm so confusing, or why I'm not clear enough, or why people think I'm lying. Because none of it makes sense. She's too busy trying to focus on what she can or can't share with everybody that it all just makes a load of nonsense.
So 3 to 4 months is drastically different than a year, so I feel very happy about that, and I know that I can show progress in that time because I know that I have strength in me. I know I do, and I know that
you had the strength in you to do a year too. You just didn't want to hear it.
But I got this. Like, I know that I do, and I know it's hard, but it's like if I'm working towards a surgery that is going to change my life,
sure,
it has to start with me, and it has started with me. Just these last few months has been so stressful. I'm not gonna lie. It has been so stressful, and it's been confusing, and it's been hard. It's been a lot.
I'm sure.
I could have done better. I could have done worse, Now it's just like, from this point on, all I can do is prove myself and show progress.
Yeah.
And
well, I don't know why she's acting like that's a new thing, because that was already the case. All she had to do was keep moving forward and showing progress. The only thing that has changed in this video is that it's now a 3 to 4 month moment of showing progress, whereas it was a year before that.
Do the best that I can with what I have now. Obviously, I am going to learn more and hear more from the actual surgeon when I go. So we'll see what goes on with that. But yeah, I just was really excited to give you guys that update because it made me really happy to hear. So yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really have much more to say. Yeah, I was totally going to vlog today, but then...
What do you call this?
Life. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Life hands you lemons, and sometimes...
I don't understand what you're saying, because this is no different than the past, 10 vlogs you've put on your channel, bestie. It really surely isn't. It was the same as everything else. You just sitting here and talking at us.
You just don't feel like making a lemonade. And that's my day today.
All right.
But I do hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it wasn't too boring. I know sometimes there's going to be vlogs and sometimes there's just going to be some sit-down videos. I might switch it up. Like, I've just been uploading vlogs, so I might switch it up and start doing other type of content. I'm not really sure what that's going to consist of, but just, like, videos focused, like, strictly on like one thing. I try to, you know, have a variety in my videos. I try to talk about several different things.
This is so dumb.
And I do feel like I am.
I try to do variety in my videos. Where? Show me some evidence, some examples. Show me. I would like to see. It's just a matter of you using a different word to describe what it is, but they're all the fucking the same.
I'm good with that. But I want to add more. I want to do more, add more. So, anyways, I love you guys, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.
Bye. Well, listen, I think I've said everything I can say at this point about this video. So that's all I have time for today. Thanks for sticking in the long haul if you made it to this far in the video. I had so much fun today. If you're brand new to my channel, make sure to subscribe down below. Hit the bell button so you get a notification every single time I post a new video. Make sure to leave me a comment, hit like, click share, and follow me on all my social media, including TikTok, where I just posted a new TikTok today, the Twitch, the Cameo, the merch shop, my gaming channel, whoever, whatever, and have a wonderful day. Bye!